What it do, what it do? This is God in Me We Cool TV. I am here with a new episode. How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good, sir. How about yourself?
All right, what's your name and where you from?
My name's Keith, right here, north side of Florida. Born and raised.
Born and raised. You been here all your life?
Whole life.
Okay, how old are you?
43.
43. Oh,
Yes,
okay. What's your current situation?
Still homeless right now, in between places. Coming up a little bit. I got a little bit of help coming in. Got a job opportunity starting out at 104 at a warehouse that does maintenance on semis. I've got a Somalian brother that's going to help me, and it's his business, and he's willing to give me a double wide trailer he's got out there. He's got a few of them, so I've got some help from there. That don't start up for another week or so.
You say you 104, that's a street or that's
104 Jackson Pike, that area out there.
Okay.
Most people are familiar with that.
Okay, and what side of town that is?
That's South End.
Oh, South End. Oh, okay, okay.
I don't know if it's more south or west. It's up there, South High. We took South High out. It's going on the way to Grove City.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So I've got a nice opportunity there. I've been out here since July.
Last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's doing pretty good. Scott. And I did get in a car accident in the vehicle that the work I was doing. I was doing ambulatory pickups for insurance companies. I got in a wreck from waiting for my check and got fired because I had my girlfriend in the car.
Okay.
And,
was you drinking or anything?
No,
okay.
I wasn't drinking. I wasn't doing anything, actually. That didn't start until afterwards.
Okay.
So once I lost the job, they took my money out of my check. I wasn't able to pay for a hotel because where we were staying, and I ended up out here with nothing. And
you said you and your girl was at the hotel?
Yeah.
Are you still with her now?
We went from the wreck site over there on Belleville Road to over here in this area because it's the only place I need to go. And I've been out here since.
Oh, okay. Well, take me to the time right before you became homeless. How was that looking?
Before I became homeless, we had just been through rehab. We put ourselves through Mary Haven and got clean. We were on needle for years, smoked crack for years.
You say crack and what?
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl, okay.
Yeah, well, heroin before that,
Are you off now, or?
Yeah, I'm off. I've had some relapses.
Okay.
I've been clean for quite some time now, a couple months.
And what certain things was you doing that when you was off? What was you doing to help you be off?
To me, I just fill my time with, I was getting back into working out. Was getting back into.
As far as exercising?
Yeah. We were going to walks every day or every other day, working out. Had a dinner together at night. We were staying with her sister, before we went to the hotel.
Okay.
Like I said, things seemed like they were going pretty good, and I don't want to blame nobody. I'm accountable for my problems, but honestly, the job that I was working at, I found out was a shady business. I'm not going to put the name out there.
Okay.
But they were clipping me for half the money for this trip that I was taking, and I didn't know it. The lady that hired me, was taking half the money I was supposed to get for each trip, and I didn't know that until later.
Okay.
So everything was pretty messed up in that area anyway. Basically, I lost that job, but she didn't want nobody to find out. And me and my girl now were suffering and relapsing on and off since July.
So she basically in this area with you, or?
Yeah, my girl, yeah. She's out panhandling somewhere right now, I hope.
Okay. Oh, wait, didn't I talk to you before? I'm trying to see.
So I think we've seen each other on the little corner of Tim Hortons.
Yeah,
you and,
what's your girl name?
Jackie,
yeah, I interviewed, yeah. Wow, man, that's what I'm steady talking to you, and I'm wait a minute, because y'all was right there on Tim Hortons.
Yep.
And like I say,
we've had, we're still in the hotel right now.
Okay.
We've been doing better. Like I said, this opportunity with this trailer has really opened up a lot of areas I want to explore, like getting my CDL.
Because you did have the shirt, right? You remember her?
No, you guys didn't have it on you at the time. You guys
I interviewed her at the marathon.
She did,
Yeah, I gave her a white and purple shirt.
All our luggage got stolen at the police car.
Okay,
so
but this is like, I want to say...
This was last summer, I think.
Yeah, so it's been probably, about 10 months.
She told me she did the interview.
Okay.
I thought that was you,
Yeah. Okay,
but,
it's funny.
You guys are doing good stuff like this, man.
Appreciate it.
No,
Thank
really,
you.
man. Like, I was just over here trying to get some bus money from a lady, and that's what I really needed was some bus money.
Right.
You know, whether it be, you know, for tomorrow or the next day. I got some free time right now, and I'm off work, and I was trying to get a little extra money so I didn't have to get off work to do this every day.
Right, right.
You know, I hate asking people for money. You know,
I feel you. I feel you.
It makes me feel like,
especially, I mean, I hate to say it, but I always put myself in that position.
Yeah.
And I ain't trying to be stereotype myself, but I can only imagine my big black behind.
I say the same thing.
And you a big white guy.
Yeah.
A deep voice and everything, and asking people, you could try to soften it up.
It don't matter, but
smile,
they're
but
standoffish.
Yeah, they will. I hate to say it, they help the older person out, but who was that lady? Like a little Somalian that gave you a little something.
Yeah.
So, but
believe it or not, the Somalian ladies and the black community, the Somalian ladies, and the Mexican community help more than anybody else. So I really appreciate everybody's help. But to those people there, thank you so much.
Did you grow up in a 2-parent household?
No, not really. For a few years, until about 5th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, they broke up, or were they married?
It was my mom and my stepdad. They got divorced. There's drug use and stuff, you know.
Okay, so you was able to be around at an early age?
Oh yeah. I've always been around that type of life.
It was mainly both of them?
Yeah.
As far as your biological dad, did you know him?
Yeah, I knew him on and off. I really didn't know him that well. He'd show up every few years, but he wasn't trying. So my mom didn't like him around, so they just had their thing.
Okay.
They couldn't put it to the side. Stuff happens.
Okay, yeah, that was one of the questions I asked her. The one short I got of her is I forgot the actual title, but it's basically when her dad had passed. She was daddy's girl.
Yeah, he was daddy. She was daddy's girl.
Yeah, that was basically one of the shorts.
So this is really hard on her because her dad owned semis and dump trucks and had a lot of money. He lived in Tiggerton, and he got Alzheimer's at a really young age and died a few years later and lost everything. So she, started using this stuff, probably, in her early 20s, mid 20s, and was used to having everything. So now, it's really hard for me to deal with her out here like this.
I feel you. Trying to be a man.
Princess syndrome, You're
supposed to have that man,
exactly.
type. And I even told her she looked, not to say it in a bad way, but she looked like she used to, look, real nice. I get it. Life happens, homeless, and drugs will do that to you.
Oh yeah.
Did you graduate from high school?
No, but I did get my GED and some college.
And what was your last grade?
10th grade.
And what took me to that time right before you left there? What happened? You had 2 more years to go.
Well, 9th grade came around. I had low self-esteem, for many reasons.
Wasn't no drinking and drugs around that time?
Yeah, there was.
Oh, so you started that early?
That's when it started, and I found it was easy to be sociable with people if I was strong from the eye, so I chose to stay out of school. School was...
There wasn't no hard drugs at the time, right? Just drinking weed?
I didn't use hard drugs until I was about 19 or 20.
Okay.
I was still pretty young, but basically, using drugs and drinking since I was 14. I've been clean off alcohol for almost 8 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I put the alcohol down. It was my biggest vice and probably my deadliest.
Okay.
It caused me a lot of trouble.
Did you have any kids?
Yeah, I got 3 kids.
3 kids?
Yep.
By her?
No.
Okay.
2 different women. They're grown now. My daughter's 23. My son's getting ready to be 25.
What, 23 and 25?
Yeah, I got twin daughters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they just had a birthday.
Well, congrats on that.
Thank you.
How they feel about your situation, or do you talk to them like that?
I just started talking to them online here and there.
Are they here?
Yeah, I haven't seen either of them. I haven't seen any of my kids since they were about 2 or 3.
Okay.
So it's been a long time. Reasons I just really don't want to go into right now, but
Yeah, okay.
it was just better for me not to be in their life. It was just about chaos.
It'd still be good to probably dip in and,
right.
Even though daddy not in the picture, daddy, I wish I could say that to my oldest daughter right now, but
it's hard to say that, I didn't want to be the type of dad that went around and doing anything, but they were in a good position as it was, and it wasn't really benefiting them for me to be in their life.
Okay.
It would have been more of a problem than a benefit.
So I believe in you, like you said, you being honest. You say you're looking for work right now and everything, and like I said, I interviewed your girl, and good to see y'all still having y'all relationship, even though, you know, life always still will happen.
It's going. It's strange. It's going. You know,
Okay.
I'm really at the point, honestly, when it comes to that. Like, I love her and all that, but it might just be better for us just to split up for a little while and see if what we want to do. I think we got plans. We got two different things we want to do. I think. I just we're not on the same page with things. So
Okay.
in that area, it took almost a year for this to break our relationship down. I don't know if this did it or we did it. Maybe it was a little of both.
Oh, okay. What's your relationship with God?
It's there. It's there. It's good. It's not. I don't go to church every Sunday or anything like that. But I've definitely got a higher power.
Okay.
I got to. There's too many things that happen when you need them to happen most.
Okay.
They say God don't believe in the and I believe that because there's some days when I think it's the worst time I've ever been through, and there's something great will happen.
Right.
And it's like before I even have to say anything, something happens.
As far as something bad?
Yeah, no, something good.
Good, okay.
Yeah, when there's something bad going on,
So you basically saying somewhat that you do doubt God sometimes?
No, I don't.
Okay.
What I'm saying is when it's real bad out here, or real bad of a situation that I'm in, before I even break down a bag or hide, something good happens.
Okay.
And it just turns itself around, man. It's why I got faith now.
Right. So you do talk to him a lot?
Yeah, I know something. I know the stuff with Assad, the semi-business and stuff, and the trailer, is the direction I need to go in. I'm just having a hard time doing it, full force because my heart's out here with my girl. And
Right.
I just don't know what to do, man, because I don't want to take her out there with me and it'd be a bad situation and mess that up. I just think I need to go do it alone, and I'm having a hard time moving in that direction.
Yeah, when you say your heart is out here to your girl, I feel like my heart is out here to people like yourself. I'll be, little by little, I'll be, not saying I'm trying to be, but be a evangelist, because out here speaking the word of God, I feel I'm doing it somewhat. I'm not trying to be like that, but I find myself doing that because I am talking to people about my experience, and I'm hearing everybody else's experience, talking to God, telling them what the good and the bad, reasons why you should go to church.
Right.
Some churches ain't meant for everybody. Sometimes you got to go to another church or go see another pastor and everything.
Right.
So before we go, if you had any advice to tell your younger self, what would it be?
Stop drinking. Football practice.
All right, appreciate the time, Keith, and until next time.